Welcome back. Veteran actress Shaleen Surtie-Richards has died at the age of 66. The multi-award-winning actress starred in iconic roles such as Fiela in the film Fiela Second. She's also known for roles in popular television series such as Laan, Generations, Egoli, that's Place of Gold. My colleague Monique Mortlock is at the actress's home and she's been tracking this story for us. Monique, good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday View. Can you tell us, as we cross to you right now, what's happening in that home?
What's happening right now is that the undertakers and the doctor, they are just preparing Ms. Shaleen Surtie-Richards' body for removal from the home, and she will then be taken to a mortuary, or her body will then be taken to a mortuary. The family is also inside. We are at the guest house where Ms. Surtie-Richards has been staying for the last couple of weeks as she was busy with the production with Penguin Films here in Cape Town. She was doing a role in the popular series Arensvlei, and she portrayed the character of Muriel Foster. Now, throughout today, we've been speaking to family members, to friends. Some actors have also been to the house today just to pay their last respects and to speak to the family members. And some of them are still inside. Obviously, as just a sign of respect, we are just maintaining our distance, staying outside. The family has requested us not to shoot the body once it does leave, so we will respect their wishes when that happens. But we will be showing you some of the family members here, her brother Lionel, his wife Lavina, and some of her nieces and nephews who are also here.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think you were intending, nobody does that, to shoot the body, but the procession itself. When they leave as a family, the procession itself and the coffin being taken away. Did you say that's a guest house? It's not her home?
Yes, yes. She was saying here at this guest house, it's the Goblin's Mead House, and this is actually where her brother and sister-in-law found her this morning, as well as one of the guest house managers. They found her here this morning because she was going to go for a COVID-19 vaccine, and what Lavina Surtie told me, her sister-in-law, is that she's still in disbelief and in shock because they had made plans to take her for her COVID-19 vaccine this morning. They arrived here at about 8 o'clock this morning, and they then found that it all was closed, and it was then that they discovered that she had passed away. So she was naturally in a state of shock. Her husband as well, that's Surtie-Richards' brother, Mr. Lionel Surtie, in a state of shock. The family, from what we've heard from the family spokesperson, Mr. Alistair Isabel, a musician and another well-known figure in the entertainment industry, is that she didn't have any major illnesses or complications. She had some lung problems, some breathing issues, but this has come as quite a shock to her family, to her friends, and you can see it in the way they've been speaking to us, just in the memories that they have. They still speak about her quite fondly and still remember certain things that she told them. One friend, Mr. Rifat Barawaz, who's been friends with Ms. Surtie-Richards for about 35 years, he was mentioning that the last time he spoke to her was last night, and they were still making jokes and making all sorts of plans for when she's back in Cape Town, because she was going to fly out back to Joburg tomorrow, as filming had wrapped up on Thursday, last Thursday. Yeah, so,
I mean, we are waiting for the procession to leave, and hopefully we'll bring those visuals to our viewers as the family proceeds to take her remains in the coffin out of that guest house. You've mentioned that there are no details yet. We don't know what's the cause of death, but from several people that you've referred to, she had some breathing issues recently, nothing major from what we've picked up.
Yes, and also, as you would know, when someone does go for the COVID-19 vaccine, you can't actually go when you are when you are sick, when you have the flu or anything like that. So it's clear that just by speaking to family, by speaking to friends, this was unexpected. They still thought they had some time with her, and as Mr. Alistair Isabel mentioned, she still had all of these plans, all of these various projects in the pipeline, including the Arends Vlei production that she had just been working on. Some of her fellow castmates coming here and speaking about their last moments with her up until just Monique, a few days ago.
So I'm seeing some movement behind you. I don't know if it's a family beginning to move out or not, and if a cameraman can pick that up, or is it just people, people standing around?
It's some family, some friends just making their way outside, I think just to give some space for the undertakers to move out with the body on the stretcher.
Okay, but as soon as
just making their way outside.
Yeah, who's your cameraman?
Balungile.
Yeah, as soon as Balungile sees movement, and
I'm just going to ask Balu
from a
just to
vantage
show
point,
you
yes,
the family.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
And
Thanks,
we have a musician on standby. Yes. We have a musician on standby also, just to play some music as the procession makes its way outside. We're just turning away.
Yes,
out of respect for the family, because the body is about to leave.
But I think it's important. Sorry, Monique. Sorry, Monique. It's important for Balungile to show us the visuals of the procession when they leave at the right time, without really interfering with the family rights. We understand that. We will respect that. There's a music. Can we listen in to what's happening? We'll listen in, Monique.
I will turn as the body is removed, just so that we don't get the body as it's leaving.
Okay.
And you can hear the music being played.
Yeah, but we can see the musician as well who's playing. That would be good. Balungile can show us the visuals.
The musician is standing next to the body, so if we show him, we'll show you the body. So the body is just being placed in the van right now, and as you can see, the family obviously devastated right now. I'm just going to let the music speak for itself. So the body has just been placed in the van, and the undertaker is just calling some of the family members closer. We will now be following the van as it leaves the guest house. We'll be tracking the van as it makes its way, and then you'll be able to see the musician that's playing the beautiful music behind me. We have the family and the friends of Miss Shaleen Surtie-Richards standing at the final place where she passed away. The van is leaving now. The family and friends of Ms. Shaleen Surtie-Richards just escorting the van as it makes its way down the close, past some of the other guest houses where other cast members of Arends Vlei were also staying.
I think it's important, Monique, to remind our viewers that the family had requested our cameraman not to show visuals of the coffin when they were taking it out of the guest house. I think we respected their wishes, but that's the procession now. leaving the guest house with the remains of the iconic actress, the legendary actress Shaleen Surtie-Richards, who passed away last night in her sleep, we're informed, at the age of 66. Everybody in shock. The family particularly can't believe what has happened, and also members of the telenovela, the CakeNet telenovela, Arend's Flay, that she was busy filming scenes of in Cape Town.
Excuse the shaky camera, we have just taken it off the tripod. Walking in front, we have the family spokesperson, Alistair Isabel, along with the Undertaker, just leading this procession out of Lombard Close here in Edgemead.
A very poignant moment, a sad moment of farewell, in reality now striking. That's family members, friends, colleagues of the iconic, the legendary actress Shaleen Surtie-Richards, who passed away peacefully in her sleep, we're told, at the age of 66 last night. Everybody's shocked. Apparently there were plans for her to get her COVID-19 vaccine today. The cause of her death is unknown at this stage. Recently, some of her colleagues who were with her in Cape Town to film scenes for the CakeNet telenovela Arend's Flay said that she had been battling a little bit with breathing, but nothing serious. And everybody's in shock. And those are some of the family members, close relatives in Cape Town, who had gone to the guest house where she was staying while in Cape Town, filming some scenes of Arend's Flay for CakeNet. And she was staying there. They'd gone there now to pay their last respects to her just before her body was taken away in that van to the mortuary. And, of course, that beautiful rendition by saxophone by a musician of Abide With Me was being played there. My colleague Monique Motlock on the ground covering that story there, bringing it to us live. It's a very solemn moment. It's a sad occasion. I mean, anybody passing away is sad. Monique, we are witnessing, of course, the scenes of the family, the relatives making their way. Some of them, I guess, they'll be going home soon. I mean, they'd come to the guest house, as you told us, to pay their last respects. Very beautiful moment of farewell with the beautiful saxophone tune there of Abide With Me playing. But it's a sad moment. I mean, everybody's still in shock, as you can see.
Yes, definitely. And we were told that while we are welcome to be here, before her body had been taken away, that obviously the family would like their privacy now. Once the body is gone, now they can start making proper arrangements for her funeral, which is likely to happen this Sunday, we've heard. There are also talks of having various memorial services, not only here in Cape Town, but also for many of the friends in Joburg where she was staying. So those details will be made known as the days go on. But right now the family will obviously just be going inside trying to just secure those arrangements for the day, because as we heard from family spokesperson Alistair Isabel a little earlier, there are so many people that have reached out asking how can we celebrate Ms. Surtie-Richards, what can we do to show our support and to just show how much she meant for us. And these are just ordinary South Africans whose lives have been touched by her work, by her life, just by who she was.
Yeah, and she featured in a number of award-winning soapies as well. She herself was a talented multi-award winner as an actress, And I just discovered today that her first career was as a kindergarten teacher. So she was a beautiful soul. I mean, she got involved with children in her earlier days. I think we're going to have to wait and see what comes out in terms of the family, the plans and everybody else. But I mean, South Africans are in mourning. I mean, that's really an understatement, I guess. I mean, we've lost an iconic, legendary figure in the world of films and entertainment in this country. And I think at some time in the past, she also had her own show on Mnet called Shaleen.
Yes, and it's funny that you mentioned the fact that she started out as a teacher, because every one of the actresses and actors we've spoken to today, some of the cast members from Arendtsvlei, have told us about how what a motherly figure she was to them, and just this mentorship role that she so easily played in all of their roles. So clearly she was born a teacher, and her teaching didn't stop even as she grew into these big roles like Nena from Egoli and Fiela from Fiela Second, and just up until recently Muriel Foster in Arendtsvlei. So that teaching nature of hers just so clearly reflecting in her work. Many of some of her friends have told us that she also tried strongly to break barriers, whether it be racial barriers, being a mentor and a role model for people in various communities, for those in her hometown of Uppington and here in Cape Town particularly, where she was well loved and really felt like one of our own, one of Cape Town's own.
Yeah, thank you very much, Monique Motlok, for this live crossing now. We'll have to leave it there for now. And I'm sure later on there'll be more reports on that. I mean, she was at work. She was filming some scenes for Arendtsvlei on CakeNet. I mean, as they say, she died with her boots strapped on. May her soul rest in peace. And many lovers of soapies, South African soapies, if you were watching them over the years, including in Generations on SABC1 and other channels like Current on CakeNet Arendtsvlei, she will be sorely missed. May her soul rest in eternal peace and rise in glory. We say goodbye, of course, to Shaleen Surtie-Richards in our own little way here on eNCA on the Media View at this hour. There will be, of